Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Google Hangouts live on how to build your self-esteem. Today, I have with me again my good friend and certified hypnotherapist, Justin Kuntz. Justin, are you there?
Yes, Master Esteban, Master Baez, very nice to be with you. Very nice to be with you, our audience, and talking about this really impactful subject.
That's right. So last time when we did our show, we basically defined what is the self-esteem. So to get the definition or our definition of what is the self-esteem, what is your self-esteem, make sure you watch our last video or our first video. This is our second video in the series, How to Build a Healthy Self-Esteem. So today we're going to continue with some of the questions that we couldn't cover last time, and that's how the series is going to go. So let's get started. So Justin, we are on question, I believe, number 5.
hmm
So how to improve your self-esteem with hypnosis? How can a person improve their self-esteem with hypnosis?
Well, that is a subject that is, of course, near and dear to my heart, being a certified hypnotherapist, and for your information, certified by the Hypnosis Motivation Institute in California. So it is an official um, accredited school, very good school. And hypnosis is really good for self-esteem because your mind holds your self-esteem, which is your idea of yourself and how you respond to situations and how situations will come out for you in your subconscious. And hypnosis is working directly with your subconscious. Now, it's a very, very broad subject, and it's actually filled with a lot of theories. But in essence, what comes down to it is through going into a hypnotic state, which is a relaxed, physically comfortable state that opens up your subconscious mind to receive suggestions. By doing that, you're able to embed suggestions and directions into your subconscious mind that will allow you to automatically and naturally act, feel, look at yourself with a good high self-esteem. A couple. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
No, I was
Esteban.
going to say, when we talk about hypnosis, a lot of people have a lot of concerns and doubt that come into their minds. The very first doubt is, does it really work? Is it real? Because, a lot of the hypnotherapists or trained hypnotists that do comedy, they do that. The usual stand-up comedy is to get people from the audience and hypnotize them on stage and make them do silly things. Is that really possible? And that's why a lot of people think that can't be real. There's no way that you can hypnotize somebody. That has to be planned before the show.
Awesome question, and that's actually one of my favorite questions to get. And the people who are invited up onto a stage, they have a certain type of suggestibility, and this suggestibility might be the same as you could say that many of these people, if you hand them a beer, they're gonna act the same exact way. They're really looking to allow themselves to to get involved in that stage performance, and they enjoy it. Okay, if and what will happen is, and you'll often see this in the show, they'll invite maybe 20 or 30 people up on the stage, and then throughout the show, especially in the beginning, they will send people back to the audience, and that's because they're looking for that really smaller percentage of people who are just ready and willing and want to um, be taken over by the hypnotic performance. Very
Got
different
it.
than
Got it. So
does that
they're very susceptible to this. They're very
Mhm.
receptive. So the hypnotist is doing his research when he picks people from the audience, people that are very receptive to suggestions or want to be under the control of the hypnotist.
Right. Exactly right. And you know, that's a whole other subject. Maybe I'll do another show on that sometime.
Right.
Uh, you know,
Right,
but
right.
you know, professional hypnotism, hypnotherapy, to help improve your self-esteem, you know, you can do that with yourself through self-hypnosis. A lot of that is, again, relaxing, activating the visualization of your mind, and rehearsing your ideal outcome, you know, and giving yourself those suggestions, which may be, you know, as an example, maybe you're giving a presentation in front of people, and you're really, you know, you're not feeling too certain about yourself. Well, one thing you can do is sit down, relax, clear your mind, go to that neutral state that gives you control over your feelings, and then rehearse mentally and physically, feeling confident, doing confident, and being confident.
Excellent. So let's talk a little bit more about uh, what you said in the beginning in regards to the subconscious mind, uh, because I believe this relates directly to our self-esteem.
Hmm.
In the first video, we mentioned that the self-esteem is like a file that exists in your mind, and it has all this information about how you should respond in different situations, and also how you would feel in different situations, whether it's in regards to your marriage, your career, or your parenting, or whatever role you're playing in life. Your self-esteem gets triggered by the information stored in this file. So can we call this file the subconscious mind, or is this file stored in the subconscious, and is that why we don't know what's in there?
That's a great metaphor. And I think looking at it like a file cabinet where you have, you know, different files for your self-esteem, for your relationships, for your career, your family. You can say that you have a file, and you can, you know, almost when going in hypnosis, take out that file and rewrite it. You know, rewrite it, write some new things, put some new pictures in there.
Excellent. So let's say I'm someone that have, like maybe one of our viewers right now, that they really believe that they don't feel good about themselves. They don't have high self-esteem, and they know this, and this is probably why they found our video. What would you suggest to them if they don't want to go to a hypnotherapist? How can they use hypnosis on themselves? How
Mm-hmm.
can they do that? What would be a good exercise to that you can share with the world? How you can build or begin to build a healthier self-esteem through hypnosis. What would be a good exercise?
Well, I'll tell you the number one exercise that I have recommended and suggested to everybody, from, you know, self-esteem to quitting smoking to improving their business, because this is so fundamental what you're about to learn right now, and it's so incredibly easy that you can do it right now. I mean, probably, you know, in the next hour or so. And what I call it is the perfect day exercise. And very simply, what you're going to do is get a piece of lined paper, and you may want several sheets, and you're going to write out your perfect day from waking up all the way through to the end of the day. And include in there, as if you're looking through your own eyes, what you feel, what you see, what you hear, and what you say to yourself. And if your self-esteem is something that you want to improve and make better, then what you can do, very simply, is write out those experiences that are confirming, not building, but confirming your good self-esteem.
So give me an example of something that would confirm my self-esteem.
Mm. Awesome question. Of course, you know, you're unique. Everyone is unique. But say you don't feel confident in, well, let's say giving a presentation, because we already use that. And when you think about giving a presentation, you feel, maybe you feel fear, right? You're like, oh, you feel fear. You feel like, oh, they're not gonna like me. They're not gonna, you maybe you start saying those things to yourself because that's what people do.
Right.
They feel fear, then they start saying, oh, I'm not gonna do good, and it all just goes into a cycle. So part of your perfect day may be, well, first off, preparing for your presentation. So you might write out that you are standing in your room with your note cards, maybe in front of a mirror, and confidently talking, confidently talking to the mirror, and you're hearing the confidence in your voice. You're hearing the power. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, you see that your posture is good, you feel strong. Now you go to your presentation, you're driving in your car, and maybe as you're driving, you're saying to yourself, man, this is going to be great. Man, I'm going to close that presentation, or I'm going to get those new clients, or I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going to really impress the board. So you're saying these things to yourself. And as you read that, and you write it, as you read it, you are saying that to yourself. And then finally, you're at the presentation. So you're at the presentation, talking to the crowd. You see the looks on their faces. They look impressed. They look like they're drawn into you. You write about how you feel. You feel confident. You feel powerful. You feel like you're in control of the room. And then why not close that deal, right? It's your perfect day. So you write down, you're shaking their hands. They're smiling. They're telling you that they're so impressed with you and your business. And then afterwards, you collect the check or whatever, and then you go home, and when you go home, you can be in your story thinking back on the presentation about all the great things that happened, about how people responded to you. It's your perfect day. You're writing from the inside about all those experiences.
That's a powerful exercise. That seems very powerful. And many of the books that we spoke about in our first video talk about doing exercises like this. I like how you said the perfect day. And I think we can leave our audience today with this idea and with this tool, the perfect day. Writing your perfect day. Rehearsing before you actually perform your day or before you actually live your day. So this is a great way to build your self-esteem through hypnosis or self-hypnosis.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and essentially that is exactly what it is. The more you read that, which, one of the books, Master Baez, that we were talking about was by Napoleon Hill, and that's Think and Grow Rich. And this exercise is in that book, and it is so powerful. It's been used for, hundreds of years by people who are very successful in all areas of their life.
Excellent. So there are no shortcuts. I don't believe in shortcuts. I think that if all these books tell you, listen, you need to spend some time thinking in your mind and writing. Also, a lot of these books ask you to write a lot of things about yourself and about what you already have stored in your mind. They really try to get you or give you access to the information in your subconscious mind so you can rewrite it. So I just want to add a couple of things from my own learning experience and some of the things that I've done personally. I've written out my perfect day, and I've recorded my perfect day and listened to it over and over again before that actual event happens. So let's say there's something that I'm looking forward to. So here's another exercise. You can record, after you write your perfect day, you can record it. And everybody has a device now that it's very easy to record your own voice and listen to it over and over again before that performance or that day. And I've achieved a lot of my personal goals just by doing this very simple exercise of the perfect day. But I've done it by adding that one element of recording my perfect day for those events, whether it's for my marriage. I remember this is how I met my soulmate, my wife, who I'm married to. I did it by writing my perfect partner. And I wrote it, and I remember constantly focusing on it, and I attracted her in that way. I think we attracted each other because she wanted the same thing. So
Mm.
and she did something very similar to it. She visualized, which is another exercise. But I did it through writing and recording my voice. I've done it also for my own personal business, also for my martial arts business and for my internet marketing business. It's the same process. For every business that I've been in, that I've been very successful in, I've done the recording before it actually happens. So I've already seen my success before it actually happens. And then it actually does happen. So I think that's a great way to build self-esteem.
Nice. That's fantastic. And I really love that suggestion. In fact, I think I'm going to take you up on that, record mine, and then listen to it back, before I go to sleep and waking up in the morning. Very nice.
Right, excellent. So I guess the assignment for our viewers today, if you really want to improve your self-esteem, what we want you to do, what we want to encourage you to try out, is to write out your perfect day. So if you're feeling down about an area of your life, whether it's your marriage, your career, your health, whatever area of your life, your spirituality, then what we want to suggest to you today is to go ahead and write out your perfect day. Then get a tape recorder or use your computer or your phone and record your perfect day, and then listen to it over and over again. And then give us some feedback and let us know if this really did work for you. You can leave a comment on the post of this video, or you can check us out at our website, reprogramyourself.com. So this is Master Bias and Justin Kuntz signing off. This is the video for today. Thank you, everyone, for listening and viewing this video.
Thank you. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Master Bias.